Okay, everyone, good morning. This is the weekly impact weather briefing for Central North Carolina for February 5th through the 11th. Hope everybody had a great weekend. If you were up early on Sunday morning and you were in the Triad area, you did see a freezing rain event across most of the area. Here's a kind of a graph of some of the reports that we did receive. Generally, amounts were fairly low, a trace to a couple tenths of an inch in some places. A lot of that was on elevated surfaces. We got a lot of good pictures of trees, tree branches covered in ice, but not so much on the roads, which was a good thing until you headed much further west and north. That looks like, at least for this forecast period, that'll be about all we see as far as winter precipitation as temperatures start to moderate a little bit as we get into the middle portions of February later on. We did get a good rain event after the fact where we did see a lot of rain in areas that have been abnormally dry or in drought. And here are some of the observations from the last 24 hours, and you can see the Triad area getting anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch, a little more in some places, a little bit less out to the northeastern part of the forecast area. Put that into context with the last 7 days, and we've seen a good amount of rain here in central North Carolina, anywhere from an inch to 2 inches in spots. In some of the less fortunate areas, they had about half an inch to an inch. So still a good amount of rain for many of those areas. The area highlighted in red here is the area of greatest concern for drought conditions at this point. And if we take a look at the drought monitor, you can see exactly where that area is. And again, that is a moderate drought area compared to last week's map. That area has shrunk because we did get some good rain the previous week as well. And so the next call will be tomorrow to decide what the new map should look like. And I would suspect that this will shrink again as far as the amount of moderate drought and abnormally dry areas. So going into this week, it looks like we'll get a couple more shots for some more rain. And the first of those would be on Wednesday. You can see midweek here we've got a good frontal system that covers much of the southeastern United States, and that's going to give us a nice shot of rain. And then you can't see it colored in on these figures down on the bottom, but late week and into the weekend especially, there's another system here. You can see the low over the Ohio Valley. That should track along the Appalachians throughout the course of the weekend. It's very low confidence at this point, and we don't know much as far as the track and timing goes. Some models have it going west of the Appalachians. Some have it coming closer to our area, right over the area. And the upshot will be the same. We're still expecting a good amount of rain over the weekend. We're not quite sure whether the rainiest day will be Saturday or Sunday, but regardless of where you are, you should see some more rain. Unfortunately, that'll fall over the weekend if you have plans, but since we do need the rain, it is welcome. And here are some of those amounts. This is from the Weather Prediction Center in Washington, and you can see the 7-day total here. Much of the deep south getting a good amount of rain, 3-4 inches in some cases over the next 7 days. So this is a wet pattern we are expecting, and you can see the first of that on Wednesday, and then Saturday and Sunday you can see kind of the uncertainty there. As far as it looks like the western Piedmont will get a good amount. Not sure if the timing will coincide early enough to get it into some of those eastern areas with some of those heavier amounts, but continuing on into the following Monday, you should still see those eastern areas getting a good amount of rain as well. Now, as we do start to get into spring, we start to see here and there the chances for thunder start to peak up. That'll be the case on Wednesday, especially across the southern portion of the area. Not a lot of instability with the system, but we do think that maybe the Fayetteville area might have a good shot at getting it. If it does, it would just be general thunder, probably not severe, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as that system draws closer. Now, if that low were to track more right overhead, there could be a better shot of a thunderstorm or two. Moving on into the 8 to 14 day outlook, and we do see a change in the maps here as far as it looks like some warmer conditions coming into the area. So maybe a little reprieve from the winter weather for a couple of weeks here. And as far as precipitation goes, equal chances of above or below normal, so about normal. So we should see some chances for rain in the next 2 weeks for sure. To summarize, very wet system moving in for Wednesday. No winter precipitation is expected, which is good news. Very low confidence system for next weekend, but we do think we will get wet. We're just not quite sure whether it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. Drought conditions should begin to ease as we, collect more water over the area. And seasonal temperatures. So, and just for a frame of reference, the normals this year are about mid 50s for highs and low 30s for lows. So you can see the 7-day outlook here for Raleigh, plus or minus a few degrees. We're pretty much in that range.